Hi guys, now we are going to see the topic about the structures in C programming language. See, what is structure, what purpose this structure were used. Let us see now. See, structure, it is a aggregate data type. See, in C programming language there were two types of aggregate data types. One is array and another one is structure. Array and the structure comes under the aggregate data type in C programming language. See, mainly what is meant by aggregate data type? It can hold more than one piece of data at a time. For example, already we had studied about the array. What is array? Collection of element. That is, by help of this array, more than one element can be collected to a variable. See, here aggregate data type is it hold more than one piece of data. Here in array already we get seen. For example, if you are declaring integer a of 10, that means 10 integer elements can be stored to this variable a. Next, structure, we can hold more than one elements, that is different kind of elements can be stored by using this structure variable. See here the same kind of data can be stored. That is, if you are declaring integer kind of data only we can store. So, similar data, these are known as similar. Similar data can be stored to array. Here in structure we can store here different kind of values can be stored by using the structure. So here these structure members may be different type or dissimilar. Dissimilar data types can be stored to structure. For example, if you are creating a structure here, let us assume this one is structure. Here inside the structure we can store different kind of data. For example, here integer a, character b, float c. See, totally how many variables? Here different kind of variables can be stored by using this structure. Here this one structure variable. For example, let us take this one as sample. That is, the sample is the structure variable. By help of this structure variable we can store one integer, one character and one float. So this one is dissimilar data types. This sample, this is the structure variable. By help of this structure variable I can store, by using this sample I can store integer, character and float data types. So this is the main difference. Next, we are storing the value for a, this one array. Suppose if you are storing the value see totally how many elements? This one, each and every elements were stored in where? Subscript value. This one is subscript by 0 position first, next up to a of 9. See, totally by help of the subscript, if you want to select some value from that variable, if you want to access some value, by help of the subscript we can select the value. See here a of 5. What is the value of a of 5? That is, here at the fifth position the value is 60. So we can select like this. See here, for selecting we are using subscript. By help of the subscript we can select the value. Here in structure, how can we select the members? See, in structure these and all known as members. That is structure members or elements. This sample, it is known as structure variable. See here, suppose if we want to select the members inside the structure, here we should use this structure variable name. We can select the member by help of the structure variables. So here for selecting values we are using the subscript. For here, for selecting this value, that is member, we are using this structure variable. By help of the structure variable we can select the elements or the values inside the structure. See, for example, suppose if you are storing the value a is equal to 10. Suppose if I want to select this a, that is element a, then I can use the structure variable first. What is the structure variable? This is structure variable, sample dot a. We can select like this, so that inside that structure member values that can be get by using this structure variable. In same way, suppose if you want to store some values here in, let us take this array. If you want to store the values to the particular location, here we can give the input to the particular location. These and already we get seen in array. How we can store? See, a of 5 is equal to 60, then the value 60 will be stored to that location a of fifth position. Here in structure, suppose if we want to store some values, here we should give the structure name, variable name, structure variable name. After that, inside this member, structure member a is equal to, suppose if you are giving like this 10, then the value 10 will be stored to where? In the a. So the input can be given like this. First you should give the structure name, after that dot, next dot operator here you should use for giving input or getting the value, for accessing some value inside that structure member. Here you should give the dot, first structure name dot, after that member name. See, what are the advantages of this structure means? It is very easy to learn, so it was very easy to understand. Next one, here the same kind of structures can be assigned to one another, so for that is one advantage. Next, here already we had seen about the functions. See, the structures can be used in function for passing as a argument. Also we can use it as return value from the function. Let us see declaration, that is how to declare the structures. Structure declaration. Syntax. Here we should use this struct. This is the keyword of structure. After that, tag or structure name, this one. Next, here these and all structure members. After that, we should close this brace. Next, variable list. Next, without forget, you should put the semicolon. See, always structure will end with the semicolon. Here these and all members are elements. Here structure member. Are elements. This is the syntax of the structure declaration. Let us see the declaration types. We can declare like this also, the structure. Very first one, struct. Next, open brace. This is one kind of declaration. Here, for example, next part is structure members. The structure member, for example, integer A, next character B, next float C. Totally 3 different kinds of data, that is members, were inside this structure. Here I am closing the structure. Before that, here variable list, we can create a structure variable list, this one. Here I am creating the structure variable. For example, let us assume this one test1. Next, compulsorily we should put semicolon. So this is one kind of declaration. So by help of this test1, I can store the 3 different kinds of data. So in this declaration, it has the variable, structure variable test1. This test1 contains 3 members, that is integer, character and float data type. So this test1 hold these 3 members. See, this is one kind. Next, this is structure. Next, here integer A, next character B, next float C. Test of 10. That means here test of 10. See, here I had created the single variable, that is one records can be stored by using this structure. See, mainly we can create the record by using this structure. Here in this record, totally how many fields were there? 3 fields: integer field, character field and float field. Suppose I need 10 set of records, then by using this, creating the array to the structure, the structure variable, I can totally store up to 10 records. Here each and every record, it has 3 fields, that is 3 members, structure members, that is integer, character and float. So that here the 10 records can be stored. Say first one, here one record, that is, let us assume A is equal to 10 or A is equal to 1, character B is equal to A, next float C is equal to 1.0. This and all A, variable B field and variable C. Here test1, this is the structure variable. By using this, here A, B, C, this and all field. A is equal to, suppose if I am storing 1, B is equal to, I am storing the single letter A, and C is equal to floating point 1.0. So here this is the record, this is known as record. The collection of field, they are collection of members, structure members, is known as the record. Here each and every member, it has different kind of data. So first one integer, second one character, third one float. This is one record. Suppose if I need 10 set of records, instead of single records, if I need 10 set of record, then I can declare the structure variable as a array. If I am creating array, so this is very useful for creating the record, 10 records. See, next one, A is equal to 2, B is equal to, let us assume the value. So this is character data type. So for B, next 2.0, next 3, next letter C, here 3.9, 4, D, these and all records 4.8. For example, up to we can give 10, Y 5.7. See, these and all records, totally 10. By help of structure variable array, we can create more than one records. See, this structure is created without the tag. Here I am telling, in this declaration, structure, this is keyword, struct is a keyword. After that, tag, this is the, what is meant by tag? Structure name, we are giving the name to the structure. See, for example, here I am giving this one as sample. My structure name is what? Sample. I had given the tag name as sample. After that, let us take this similar same thing here. I am creating the integer a. So what kind of data? Integer kind of data. This one, a whole integer kind of data. In similar way, character b. Next, float c. Totally 3 variables. I am closing this structure with semicolon. See, here and all I had created the structure variable, that is here for this test1. For if you want to create the array test of 10, so this and all what? Structure variable. Here I had, when I am declaring the structure itself, I had creating the structure variable also. But here I had created the structure, here I haven't created this structure variable in the declaration part. See, so that we can create the structure variable outside. So here, for example, in the program, if I am creating the structure like this, at last, after creating the structure variable can be created in the outside. So here in outside, when we are creating the structure variable, you should mention this compulsorily tag name. See, here this one is syntax for creating the structure variable outside. So here the syntax is, very first we should use this struct. This is keyword. After that, here structure tag name. After that, here structure variable name. So that here, suppose if I need to create the structure variable for the sample, I can give like this. Keyword, you should use struct. After that, structure tag name. For this, what is the tag name? This sample. So here I can give it as sample. After that, structure variable name. Here structure variable name we can give any name. See, for example, here I am giving this one as S1. So my structure variable name is S1. After creating this structure variable, I can store the value to the element, that is to the members inside the sample by help of this S1. So here, suppose if I want to store some value, here I can give like this. Structure variable name S1 dot, here a is equal to 10. Then here I can give the input by using like this S1, that is S1 dot, this dot operator we should use. After that, the variable name a. Here by like this we can store. See, here also in same way, test1 dot a, this one test1 dot b, test1 dot c. For each and every time we want to give some input to these members, we should use this dot operator. See, structure variable, after that dot operator, after that this member name. In same way here I am giving, suppose if I want to store some value, if I giving input or output, here for each and every time we should mention this structure variable. After that you should use dot symbol. Next, the member, structure member name. We can create the structure by type def also. This is fourth one. Here we can declare the structure in this way also. First, type def, integer a, character b, float c. These three different kinds of data. Here I am giving in the type def. By using this type definition, I am creating the structure. Next, here let us assume here sample. Type def structure, here three different kinds of members. Next I am closing this type def, name sample. After that, semicolon. The sample is the type def name. So by using this name, I can create the variables here. For example, sample. Suppose if I am giving it as x. What is the variable name? X. For the sample, I had created the variable x, so that by using this x, I can store and retrieve the values. So here by help of this x I can give the value x dot a, x dot b, x dot c, like that we can give. See, next one, here we can declare array also, sample x of 5. That means here I can store up to 5 records, giving the structure tag name and giving without the tag name. Suppose if I want to create a structure, that structure if I want to use it in more than one source file, if I want to use it to different kinds of source files, for example test1.c, test2.c, test3.c, these are the 3 different types of programs. See, suppose if I want to use this structure to 3 files, 3 C programming files, then I can put it in the header file. You see, already we get studied about the header file. See, the header file, it contains the macros and functions. Already we get seen about that. Even in the header file we can create the structure also. So we can create the header file with the structures. Suppose if that structure, if I need to use it to more than one file, here after creating the header file, I can include that header file to the program. Say here, for example, this is the header file, sample.h. Let us assume this one, sample.h. This is the header file. Here another one, I am creating the source file. This, my source file name is test1.c. Here this structure sample, here I can give the structure members, next here semicolon, so that this is one file. What? Header file. In the header file I had created the structure name sample. Suppose if I am creating another one file, here let us assume this file is the source file 1. Here what is the syntax for creating the structure variable outside? Structure tag name, after that variable name. Here in outside I am creating in the another one program. Very first we should include this header file. Which header file? Sample.h. After including this to our file, we can create the variable. See here, for example, this structure name is sample. Very first structure, struct. After that, here structure tag name. What is the tag name? Here sample. So sample. Next here, say this is keyword. This one is structure tag name. This one is structure variable name. Here structure variable name I should give. Let us assume the structure variable name as S1. So that here I had created the structure variable. So here by help of this S1 I can store the values to this structure members, and by help of this variable, structure variable S1, I can give input, so I can get the output from the structure member. For more than one source file also we can include that one, and we can create the structure variables. See, for example, suppose let us assume another one program here, test. This program name is test2.c. In same way, very first we can include the sample.h header file. After that, structure, next structure name sample. Suppose if I am giving S, this S is the structure variable. By help of this structure, I can give the value and I can fetch the value. So suppose if we need multiple times that structure, if we need to use, then we can create like this. Now let us see a simple example now. See, now we are going to see the example. Let us take the book details. Suppose if I want to store the details about the book. See, for example, book name, book number, total number of pages and price. These are the field used for the book records. See here, so now I am going to create a structure. The structure name is book. Inside the structure member should be book number, book name and total number of pages. See, these are the three fields. See, now let us see how to declare the structure and how to create the structure variable. See, without the tag here I am creating the structure. Here first structure, this and all the structure member and the structure variable name is book. I had created the structure. Next here this structure variable I had created, the structure variable name is book. So here I can give input to the book number, name and the price by help of this structure variable book. So here this one illustrate the structure. This program is used to illustrate the structure declaration and using structure variable. Here I had declared the structure. While declaring the structure itself, I had created the structure variable, and now I am going to tell how to use this structure variable. So here printf, enter the book number, book name and price. Here we can get the input by using this structure variable. See how we can get the input by using this scanf function. I am going to get the input to where book number. This book number is what data type? Integer, so %d. Next I am going to give input to the where BNA, what data type? This one is string data type, book name. Next float, next book price, this is what kind of data? That one is float, so %f. Next here I am going to give the input to the integer data type, that is book number. So before giving the input, already I had told you, for each and every time we should mention this structure variable. What is the structure variable? This is the structure variable, that is book. After that dot operator, here you should use this dot. Next book dot, inside this member, first number what? The book number, so here BNO. After that comma, next here book name, what kind of data? This one is string data type, so here I am using, for the string I no need the ampersand symbol, so directly I am giving the book, that is structure variable name dot, next BNA, this member name is BNA. Next here comma, after that price, what kind of data? This one float, so I should use ampersand. Next mention this structure variable name, so structure variable name is book. Next dot, after that price. So in this way we can give the input. See next one, suppose if I want to print, I can give like this. See here, by using the printf statement, here I am telling to first print the, I am using /n because I am going to print line by line. If you want to print line by line, you can use /n. Here first one book number BNO is equal to, I am going to display the next /n. Here next I am going to print the book name. Book name is equal to, here %s. After that /n price. Price is equal to, here % of f. Here closing this one. Next here I am mentioning the variable. The structure variable is book. Next dot. After that you should mention this name, that is book number. Next comma book dot book name BNA. Next price book dot price. Here I am closing the wide main. I am opening and closing the main brace. Here structure. See, you should not forget, without forget, each and every structure it should be terminated with semicolon. Next, now let us see the output. See, already we get seen the structure inside structure member. After that, before closing, here the declaration first type I am telling. Without tag I am creating a structure and I am giving the structure variable name. Here the structure variable name is book. Here this is main part. In the main part I am telling enter the book number and name. Here by using the scanf function I am giving the input to the structure members. The structure members is first one book number, so I am giving the input to the book number. Before mentioning this book number I should give this structure variable name. So structure variable name and the book and the member name, structure member name, book dot inside this book BNO I am giving the input. In similar way for book name and price. Next, suppose in the keyboard if you are giving book number 101, this 101 will be stored to BNO, book.bno. Next, in same way here, suppose if you are giving Visual C++, then book name Visual C++ will stored to here book.bna. Next, giving the price 1200, then this will be stored to price, that is book dot price. So this input we can give like this. Next, in this step, after getting the input, here I am telling to print first one /n BNO. So here this message BNO will be printed. After that %D, here this book number, here what the data inside this book number, that will be displayed. So BNO is equal to inside what, this value 101, book number is 101. Next here /n BNA. So next line this message, this text BNA will be printed. Next equal to, this is the message, BNA equal to is the message. Next in this %S, here this book name will be printed here. So what is the book.bna? BNA is Visual C++. Next /n price. So next line it will print here price. Price is equal to here the %F, this will be printed. I have stored the price as 1200. So this 1200 is printed here. So the output will be displayed like this. This is for getting input and this is output, displaying the output. So you can store the values to the structure members and we can display the structure members. See, next in same way, suppose this and all the record, single record. Here book number 101, Visual C++ and 1200. This is a single record. Suppose if you want to store multiple records by using this structure variable. If I need to store the multiple records, then I can use the array to structure variable, then I can store the multiple records. See, for example, let us take the same one here, illustrate the structure declaration and using array structure variable. Here you can give like this, illustrate the structure declarations and using the structure array variable. So here this is the structure variable. To the structure variable I am using the array. How many records I need, I can give. Suppose if I need 100 records, then we can give 100. So totally 100 book details we can give. In same way, suppose here I am giving here 3 records or 5 records, let us assume 5 records. Here totally, after that semicolon, totally I can give up to 5 records. So here for array, if we want to use multiple records, there we should use the for loop. By help of the for loop or some other loop, we can give the multiple values to the where, to the variable, structure variable. So here I am giving here one for loop. By using this for loop, I am getting the multiple input values. By using the loop, I am getting the 5 input. In the same way, for printing the 5 record also, I should use the loop. Here next comma, here no space, I am writing in here. See, printf /n, here %d, %s, %f, I am closing this format specifier. After that, here book of i.bno, that is book is the what structure variable name. So here book of totally 5 records I can store. Next here finally I am closing this for loop. After that get ch. Next I am closing the main. I am closing this main program here. First for loop is for getting input. Second for loop is for displaying the given input value to display the output. See, in similar way, previously we have seen the single record. Here instead of that, here we are going to get the multiple records and I am going to display the multiple records. Main part I have declared the variable I. This is for the loop variable, I variable. Here enter the 5 records, that is book number, name and birth. Now let us see the output here. Here I value, it will be very first 0, it will check the condition and it will condition true. Once it is true, then inside the for loop these things will be executed. Inside the for loop, by help of this scanf, I am telling to get the input to the book of I of BNO, book of I of BNA and book of I of price. Here book of I, what is the value? book of, this is ith value, that is book of. Now I value is 0. At this position it will get the record what the value given in the keyboard, that will be get. Suppose if you are giving 1, next book name C, next book price 500, then these will be stored. Next price, totally 3 field. Book of 0th position dot BNO is 1, book of 0th position dot BNA is C, book of 0th position dot price is 500. In similar way here, now I value is next here 1. When I value is 1, as usual it will check the condition true, then inside this for loop this statement will execute. In this statement I am telling to get the input for this book of first position. Here for this let us assume book number 2, book name C++, here price 750. Next in same way, when I is equal to 2, here book of at second position to the structure I am getting input. First BNO is equal to 3, BNA is equal to Visual C++. Next this price is 1200. Next when I is equal to 3, here this one book of at third structure it get the book number 4. Next here Java, next price 1500. Next last record fourth book of 4, here book number 5, here Android, next book price 2500. So totally how many records? This is the structure member names. This is the structure member name. For each and every member name to that structure, first structure this one C and 500, second one, third one, fourth one up to fifth one. So these and all the records. We can get the record by using this array. By help of this array we can store the multiple records by help of this structure. See, next example, let us see how to create the structure variable name outside of the structure. Here and all we are declaring the structure variable, while declaring the structure itself we are declaring the structure variable. Now we are going to see, first we are going to create the structure and we are going to create the structure variable outside. See, this program it is used to illustrate let us take the employee records. See, in this program we are going to see how to create the employee records. That is, in the structure we are going to create the structure member, employee number, employee name and salary. These are the 3 fields we are going to use in this structure. Here I am creating the structure. See, creating the structure with tag name or structure name. So here first structure, next structure tag name or structure name. Let us keep it as employee or EMP. See, here inside I am having 3 members. First member is here integer employee number, next character employee name ENA of let us assume 20, next float, this one salary or SAL. Here I am closing the structure. Now I am going to create this structure variable where in the outside. Here see, already we can see the syntax how to create the structure variable. Here very first you should mention this keyword struct, after that structure name or tag name. Tag name is emp. Next, after that, structure variable. Let us assume this one as e. So what is the structure variable name? E. By help of this structure variable e, I can store the value to these members, that is e.eno, e.ena, e.sal. Next, here printf enter the employee number, name and salary. Here we can give the input. First we are going to store the integer input value. So here I am using the percentage %d. Next I am going to give the input character, that is string. Next I am going to give the input value float, so percentage %f. After that, here I can use the structure variable. Here what is the structure variable? E dot. Inside this structure variable I am going to store the value for eno. Next comma, next e dot ena. Next comma, ampersand of e dot salary. So this is the way we can give the input. Next, in same way, for printing the output we can use like this, printf. Here /n employee number, eno is equal to percentage of %d, ena is equal to percentage %s. Next /n, after that salary is equal to percentage of %f. Next, here we should mention the members. So here I am mentioning e.eno, so that inside this eno that content will be displayed. So next here comma e.ena. Similar way, next e.salary. So these three types of member values will be printed here line by line. After that, here get ch. Next I am closing this void main. See here, this is the structure variable name. This is the structure variable name. Here I have created where outside of the structure. Next, this one I am closing the void main. See, now let us see the output. Here, when you are running this program, at very first it will ask enter the employee number, name and salary. If you are giving the value as first employee number 101, that will be stored to where? e.eno. In the structure variable e, I am telling to store eno. Next, in same way, employee name e.ena. Suppose if you are giving the value as if, then this name as if will be stored to ena. Suppose next, after that we are giving the salary e.salary. Suppose if you are giving $10,000, then this 10,000 will be stored to variable SAL, e.SAL. After, in similar way, here in this step I am telling to print the employee number. The message I had given it as eno, next ena, after that here salary. So these three values will be printed here. What I had stored, first one 101, second one as if, and the third one here the salary. Inside the e.sal, what we had stored, that salary will be displayed here. See, suppose if we want to create the structure, the array of the structure, here for this I am telling array of structure variable, creating the structure with tag and array of structure variable. and array of structure variable. See, previously we had seen in the same way. Here we can use the, when we are creating the structure variable, we can create the array. Here E of 5, then totally 5 records can be stored. Here as usual, use the for loop for getting the input, and we can use the for loop for printing the values which we had given. We can print that value. Here no space, so I have written here. Next I am closing this for loop. After that, closing the void main. See this one main part. In the output, as usual, here structure variable is E of 5. So here totally I can give 5 records. Next, in this step, in the output it will ask enter the, in the output it will ask enter the 5 employee details. Suppose if you are giving the 5 record, the for loop, for each and every time it check the condition. If the condition is true, then this statement will be executed. In this statement I am telling to give the input to the employee number, name and salary. So this is the main. Here employee number, employee name and salary. For each and every iteration, when I is equal to 0, then I value will be 1, 2, 3 up to 4. 0 to 4, totally 5 records we can store. When I is equal to 0, here at very first, this variable name, structure variable name is E, that is E of 0th position. Suppose if I am storing 1, here employee name as if salary 10,000. Next E of first one, here employee number 2, here let us assume this one Gopi. Next here salary 10,000. E of 2, here employee number 3, here Kalai, employee name is Kalai. Next here salary. In this way we can create up to for employee 3, employee number 4, name Manju. Here suppose if you are giving the salary, it will store here. In same way E of 4, this is the 5th record, employee number 5. Suppose Venugopal, then here 10,000. So in this way we can store the multiple records for the structure variable. Here we can create the structure variable as a array. By help of the array structure variable, we can give more than one records. We can store multiple records.